live in 2-3 minutes. And we've gone live. This is amazing. Hello, everyone. And I'm just going to check for my echo that happens the minute it goes live on Facebook. So give me 2 seconds. I'm going to make sure that it doesn't echo. Yeah.
How do I see it now?
Yeah. All right. We are here. And I'm introducing my 16th mom. So thanks to everybody who's cheering me up. The countdown has begun on 1st August, 100 days, 100 moms. We are on the 16th today. And 40 are lined up from across the world. And I was just discussing with our guests today that it's just, I don't know what blessing, whatever is happening. I need a lot of cheering for sure to keep going and finish this 100-day countdown. But today, the guest that I have, and I am going to be addressing her as ma'am because she's been everything to me. So even if, you keep saying, what is this ma'am, because I become like a child when she comes around. And when I started, she's the first person who gave me my break in photography, all of 18 years, when I went with this big idea that, I really need to do this. And I had this big idea. I was this buzzing, enthusiastic 18-year-old with my cameras. At that time, the cameras were also not digital. So with this big equipment, reaching out to her. And the reason why I'm here today is because of her yes on my very first project. Like, I'm glad that the universe sent her to me because she said yes. And I was just telling her, if at that time I would have not got yes. It was a radical idea for sure because there were no young photographers, there were no women photographers, and there was nothing called baby and child photography in this country when I started it. So I have Dr. Rosetta Williams. She is CEO of Dalmia Vidhya Mandir. I've written the details of the Bharat group, the DalmiaBharat group. She belongs to that group now, and she's an educationist. There's a lot of things to tell about her, but today she's also joining us as mothers, and that's the unique part because I have no words to say, but I keep saying to all the mothers, and that's why I get a pat on my back. Then when you become a mother, you do things that you would have never done if you were not a mother. We would have been sitting there doing our own la 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 stuff. But when we become a mother, some power comes in between us, and then we just do things that we would have never done. So, ma'am, welcome. And I'm totally thrilled to be here. But I also want you to introduce yourself with this journey of last 20 years with me and otherwise, because I don't like to read biodatas. I want to hear it, what the journey of that mother has been all this while. So welcome here and just introduce yourself to the audience.
Thank you, Shika. Hi everyone. It's a great pleasure and absolute moment of pride for me. When I knew Shika, she's a little baby. And I kind of adopted her. I have a child of my own, but like she was an extension of my own daughter, like Roshni. And I feel so proud to be here today. And I want all of you to know that this is an amazing child, Shika Khanna. And the kind of photography that she did was phenomenal. It was out of this world. It was something when I saw it, the first photograph that she took of that little baby in the school, it was like amazing. And she would go up and climb the roofs and we would hold her from behind saying, hey, you're going to fall. Yeah. So that's the introduction of Shika Khanna. And I wish her all the best. And all of you great moms out there, just go for it. Live to the fullest of your potential. This is what Shika has done. This is what I have done as a mother. Little bit about me.
Yes.
Well, I started my career with a 3-month-old baby. And I want all of you to know out there that a child she was my driving force. I mean, before that, I was a very ordinary person, living in my comfort zone and not even dreaming about anything big. Of course, very well educated, thanks to my parents and my father especially. He had given me a lot of self-belief. He made me feel that I could achieve anything in my life. And that's when I walked out with my 3-month-old child and 5,000 rupees in my pocket out to Delhi. And there was no turning back, believe me. My child was my strength. She turned the world around for me. It was a lot of hard work, of course. but there I am.
Yeah, you're being very modest about your introduction, and without telling the details, I'm the witness of the journey this mom has taken. And I was telling her, even if I was all of 18, 17, 15, whenever she met me, I don't exactly remember, but I was very little, I know. And I was always in awe of her mom spirit, you know. For the world outside, she was this very educated human being who's walking up with her credentials, her passion, and she's worked in villages. She's worked to uplift mothers in places that you can't even think, in places where if anybody is put and sent is like a gentle word. I don't want to use any harsh word, but if anybody is placed there in that situation with villages that she turned that around as well. That's her. She was like, so what if I'm in a difficult place? She turned it around, and my vision of these village mothers sitting in an educate, like, she was promoting education. She was not there to turn around anything. She was put there to put education there, and she was there accepting it with this baby in her hand. Like, the babies, you know what babies do, they are all the time doing what they're doing. Like, it just
Oh,
turns
my
out.
daughter, she taught nursery children in back in the villages when she was herself hardly 4 or 5 years old.
Imagine.
I used to take her along with me, and yeah, it was a wonderful journey. Of course, very very tough,
Yeah.
but somehow there was that strength which was perennial. You know, it was like a bottomless well. And the more I worked, the more energy I had to work.
Oh, absolutely.
So yeah, Shika. So you know that passion that even you have for your photography. So somehow it was that one had to create a kind of a world for your child, so that she is safe, secure, and she is able to. You can nurture her, and she
Absolutely.
blossoms in safety and a lot of security and having all the amenities of life, good education, this, that, and the other. And so I managed to do that, of course,
Do
with a
that
lot of
well.
hard work.
The
Yeah,
lawyer, do that well. She's becoming a lawyer, and she's a beautiful kid with such
yeah, yeah.
a
Now
heart.
she's working in the High Court,
Yes.
and
So proud
in
of her.
touch with you. She's very close with you. Yeah.
Yes, she's very. I'm very
Yeah.
proud of. I'm very proud of her. You know what happens in Mamden when all of us have seen this world, and a lot of times mothers, it's not to judge any mother, but we tend to slip up either this side or that side, and we go to two extremes, and the balance gets very difficult to maintain.
Yeah, there are times when I used to tell Shika, like, Roshni se baat karo.
Yeah, it gets difficult. But
Yeah,
when your child turns out on the other side and you keep showing up for them, you keep showing that, yes, I'm showing up for you, but I'm showing up for myself, and I'm
yeah.
showing up for the world. If
Mm.
I'm showing up in every aspect, they grow up to know that it's not one way. It is all together. There's one person all together. And then recently somebody said that they see their mothers climbing Everest. They will climb Everest like a piece of cake, because
Exactly.
they look at their mothers and they think that, wow, this is the way we need to live, and you've done that. it's
Yeah.
a it's a and your love for photography is anyway there. You love photography. If I ask
Yeah, creativity. So
you, love
you're a creative person, and creativity. I'm a writer myself. I've written 30
it.
books, and any form of creativity, I feel it unleashes that inner talent and energy which is latent in a human being.
Yes.
So that is the creative. Uh, what do I say? The energy that once you release that, I guess you reach the optimum potential that I think every human being ought to experience in life. You must do something that takes you just to the highest pinnacle, where you feel that bus ab nahi kar sakte, thak gaye.
Right.
That kind of a thing.
Right.
So
But that's what I like, the word you use. You ought to. I like that word, because every interview I'm taking something from some every kind of mother that I'm interviewing, and I like the word ought to, because it's ought to. Like, you need to do this. Like, there should not be any imposter syndrome coming that I cannot do it. I don't think so. I'm meant to do it. I'm unworthy. I'm alone. I don't think so. It's possible. You know, you've been learning as well. It's not that 20 years back you knew it all. You've been learning continuously educating yourself. I've seen you doing continuous learning, and you've not stopped yourself from learning. You've not
Yeah.
stopped yourself from taking, okay, now what do I need to make this better? If I need to do this, I will, okay, I'm raising a child. Yes, I'm taking care of hundreds of kids in schools, which is itself a commendable job, to head parents, to head school, to do that. And then on the side, you're saying you've written 30 books, and then you also keep learning. And every that time I come in your contact, I know there's something new is going to be discussed, because there's something new that, like, the vegan has become, the last 2 years I've been saying that you got moved into being in health space. So that's the spirit that I'm celebrating here, ma'am, with you being in this book. And that's the spirit I want to bring to this book, that every page unfolds that story of this mother who they can connect to, because it's going to become a directory of these mothers in their websites,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
everything.
yeah.
uh, what do you want to tell these mothers who will take this discovery path for the first time, and some who've already taken? What do you think, that why does this chatter come to a mom's head when she sees somebody taking her pictures, or picking up a phone to take her own picture? This chatter that tells her, you're not so beautiful. What happens? Like, why do you think mothers feel like that? And it's through and through, all over the world, mothers are feeling like that.
You just need to tell yourself that you're the best. It's having that belief in yourself, and tell yourself every day when you get up in the morning, talk to yourself that I'm the best, I'm the most beautiful.
Yeah.
I dream about this, and I'm going to reach out. And this is how I challenge myself every morning. Challenge yourself. You are your own challenge. Forget about the world. Forget about what they think about you, what they say. I mean, the most important person, I think, for you is you yourself. And you need to learn to love yourself first. And once you start doing that, and once you challenge yourself, you complete one challenge. That's what I do. I always create something for myself. Sometimes I'll go on a vegan diet. Sometimes I'm saying, okay, this is my goal. This is what I have to achieve, and little things. So it keeps me going and keeps the energy flowing, because you know that you need to strive harder. You need to do things better. You need to make yourself a better person, and every day is like God's gift, isn't it? Life is God's gift, especially with COVID and all
Oh,
these things. Each one of us have realized how important every moment of life is, and surely none of us have any moments to waste.
oh yes. Oh, totally.
So
So what?
that kind of fear and apprehension and hesitation, throw it out of the window. Just no matter how you do it, just go ahead and do it, and it'll be your best, and it'll get better, and it'll get better till it's the way you want it to. But you need to make a start somewhere.
And I wanted people to actually hear this from your mouth, because uh, I I don't want to not keep saying this enough. A strength with a smile is rare, for sure.
Yeah.
Like, uh, there is no crying, there is no chatter that, oh my God, life is getting tough, and you've moved forward with us. Like, when you,
Life is tough.
yeah,
Who
you
says
come out,
life isn't tough?
yeah,
I
but you
mean,
come out
but
with a
you
smile.
got to be tougher, right?
That's what I want mothers to hear.
You got to
And
be tougher.
yeah, and that's what I want mothers to learn from you, that, because I know it. I know how sometimes some days have become very tough, and but when you got into your office, being the educator that you were trying to be, you were always with your head high, walking straight, no slouchiness, no health going here there. If health is what I need to become this erect, strong woman, I will become that. I will do it. I will go down the health path. So that is what I'm trying to tell mothers, that uh, like you just said, your daughter became the reason for you to rise. Don't make your children feel that they became your reasons for fall. Like today, Roshni can think that my mother is saying I became her reason to rise. Rather than mother saying that, oh, since I've become a mother, I don't think so, I can't do career.
Shika, I'd like to say something here. I also think it's a lot to do with mental strength
Right,
and knowledge and knowing.
right.
I remember when I was to give birth, and I had these thick books which I read up on pregnancy and what happens first, the plug and the water and this and that, and minute to minute. And I opted to go to the army hospital, military hospital, because that time cesareans were happening in private hospitals. So I made a conscious decision. My brother was in the army. I said, Dada, that he's 15 years elder to me, I'm coming to Jabalpur. I went there. And when the doctor delivered my daughter, it was a normal delivery because I was walking a lot and swimming in the Andamans where there's salt water. So it's
Wow.
antiseptic. And then when I came to Jabalpur in my 7th month, so when he said she's born at 2:20, I had the watch. Damn it, I said it's 2:18, doctor. She's born at 2:18.
Oh,
So what the point I'm trying to make here is knowledge is power.
yeah.
So when you learn, when suppose I want to do X, Y, Z, anything, I need to know everything about it. I need to plan. I need to understand. I need to do R&D. I need to read up. I need to go full, like go whole hog into it.
Right.
And then you'll know exactly, once you have gathered all that information, then it goes like bang. You immediately know what to do and when to.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I think, ma'am, your another device is on. My voice is echoing to you, or is that okay?
No, it's okay.
Oh, perfect. But let's talk about your present thing, because I try to keep these interviews 30 minutes. I want everybody to watch it through and through and not make it a very long, because people don't have time to watch very long videos. So now let's move on to, like, I can talk to you for hours. So that's why I'm trying to push the next point. Next point is the group that you're heading now with
Yeah.
with Dalmias, and I think you're also doing a lot of remote work with children and
Yes.
impacting
So
the
we have these remote areas like Sutrapada, which is in Gujarat, and Orissa, Rajgangpur, Tamil Nadu, near Trichy, and so on and so forth, Meghalaya
right,
and Rajasthan. So the Dalmia Bharat group is basically they are a cement. It's an industry, a cement
yeah,
industry,
right,
and we have the education vertical, where education is to provide quality education at an affordable cost.
right,
So we don't make money out of these schools. In fact, we put in a lot, and it's more of a philanthropy
right,
that I love. I love doing it.
yeah,
So it's almost semi rural, urban. I won't say totally rural, but we have it in B and C class cities, the schools.
right,
So wonderful opportunities, wonderful infrastructure. So we're trying to give them the best, and that is what we are doing. And to top it, we have a lot of value oriented teaching which goes on to keep the children grounded. So it's like sitting on the floor and eating your food and having all those asanas, doing yoga, and we do a lot of meditation.
right,
Then we have certain parameters for the child, leadership, beginning with leadership and all the value system and life skills as well as the knowledge. So it's a three-pronged education system along with the CBSE that we are imparting to these children. You must come and visit. Anybody is more than welcome. I'd love to host any of you for some kind of an assignment, anything, just come and be there. And these children are so wonderful. They're so wonderful. They have so much potential. They're all little chicas for me.
That's why they need you. That's why they
All
need you.
little chicas. Yeah, each one of them is full of talent. So
That's why they need
amazing.
you. And I'm urging, like, even if right now a lot of people internationally sleep, later on they wake up, they see interviews, because somewhere it's like 5 o'clock in the morning. I know that people who are watching here, and throughout this, we are throwing this out in the world, that this is what Dalmia Group is doing. And this whole book is called 100 Self Portrait, 100 Dreams. So I'm also telling people that through this book, I'm manifesting all the dreams these 100 moms, irrespective of what they have achieved, they want their dreams to come true. And I will make sure that it attracts the energy, that at least these 100 dreams will come true in wherever this book reaches, however this book reaches. And when mothers hold this book, who are sitting alone in the dark, sitting there and saying, I don't know what to do with my life, when everybody sleeps, that silent thing happens when the house becomes quiet, and then the mother wakes up and says, now what do I do? Like that's the time I have. She should hold this book and unfold stories after stories after stories and think, wow, these 100 women across the world have done it, and what's stopping me? So that's the whole movement, ma'am, and I absolutely welcome you.
What a mission. What a wonderful thought and initiative and movement, Shikha. And you're going to do blazingly well in this, let me tell you. And I'm very, very proud to be a part of this booklet. I am so honored.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Honored and absolute. I think I have overconfidence in whatever you do, or more than confidence, or I think it's a belief deep down. I have that innate belief in everything that you do. I mean, it's like the Midas touch.
Yes.
So here's all the best for this wonderful book.
Thank you so much.
We turn all of us to gold.
You are already, I'm just putting it in a book. You all are already diamonds and golds, and I am putting it in the book, and I'm making sure that other mothers don't start thinking that there's some mud or there's some rock that is of no value. I want those mothers to also feel, discover your gold, discover your diamond, become that, and also have that ripple effect on your children, because unless they don't see shine, they will never shine. Like that's where it's coming from me as a mother, that if I try to hide and I do not shine, my children will never know what shine is in their roots. And then we just have brought two more human beings who don't know how to shine, who don't know how to give, who don't know how to. So I'm asking Shaurya now every day, what do you think your mother is doing? And from the fact that he thinks that I was a photographer in Google, that's what the only thing he knew, that my mom is a famous photographer. He keeps listening to this conversation. He's 8 and he says, "You are helping other moms." And I want him to help every mom which comes his path tomorrow, when he becomes a father, when he's a brother and he's a friend, to know that mothers do go through this, and I will stand by them in my spirit, cheering them up. Keep moving. It's just a baby that's come out. Things are not upside down. Things will move forward. So that's driving me initially to push this, to show Shaurya and Veer that mothers shine. Mothers are not meant to sit and cry, and they're not meant to always diminish their light.
Be bogged down with sleepless nights and
we do all that, but
vapors.
we shine.
Yeah.
And that's what this book is about. And we have Frances here joining us all the time. Rashmi is here in joining me. And Frances is one person, and I think she's going to be becoming my champion very soon. She's a mom herself who was crying today that my child is gone for his first sleepover somewhere. So my children are growing up. So she was, and she is into special education. And she's, if I'm not sure, from Canada. Where are you from, Frances? But she turns up in every mother's interview, and she keeps cheering me up. Right now, she's sending hearts, she's sending hi, she's sending. So Frances is another person joining, and there are many mothers who keep coming up. They'll wake up and they'll cheer us up here. Thank you so much. I'm going to go off live. You just stay back. Don't end the conversation. I'm just taking live. Thank you, everyone. 17th mom coming tomorrow, Brenda from Australia. And she has an interesting story as well. She wants engineers to be moms because they're making products that moms can use very easily. So she's inspiring a lot of engineers to be to be moms, to design products so that they're mom friendly and not point of view of a man who doesn't understand. So she was telling me the shelves are made so high, mothers can't reach them. Why are they trying to create shelves so high in the kitchen? Or a breast pump that makes so much noise when they have to be private. Why does a breast pump make so much noise? I need to change this. So she's on that mission, trying to change stuff. So very interesting moms coming up in our program ahead. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Shikha, I love you for this.
Thank you so much. I love you too. And you're my first champion mom. Not even this project, but when it started, when I was a project and I started 20 years back. Thank you so much for everything.
Bye-bye.
Don't go out, ma'am. Just going off live. Frances is going USA. She's from USA, Virginia. She just wrote.